you will probably never become what you want to be. And that's exactly how you become something better. Stay with me, because those two things aren't a contradiction. And the gap between them is where your entire life actually happens. Let me show you the argument that almost convinced me otherwise. It goes like this. Professional swimmers don't have those bodies because they swim. They swim because they were born with those bodies. The sport didn't build them, it selected them. And once you see it everywhere. The model isn't beautiful because of the cream. She was hired because she was already beautiful. The elite school doesn't make kids brilliant. It picks brilliant kids and takes the credit. The point lands hard, and the guy who made it lands it harder. A glass can never turn into a diamond. So figure out which one you are, and stop wasting your life trying to be the other. Here's the thing, he's half right, and the half he's right about is what makes the other half feel true. Selection bias is real. Confusing the result with the filter is one of the most common errors the human brain makes. Your mind is a pattern-matching machine and could seize a winner and instantly backfills a story about why they won. That part is solid psychology. He's not wrong about the illusion. He's wrong about the conclusion he pulled out of it. Because somewhere in there, he swapped two completely different claims and hoped you wouldn't notice. Claim 1, selection happens. True. Claim 2, therefore you are fixed. Glass stays glass. That second one doesn't follow, and it's the most comfortable lie a struggling person can believe because it hands you permission to never try again. So let's talk about what your brain actually is. It is not glass. Glass is inert. It holds whatever shape it was poured into. Your brain does the opposite. Every time you repeat an action, it physically rewires. It wraps the circuits you use most in a layer of insulation, so those signals fire faster next time. Use a pattern enough, and your brain makes that pattern your default. You are the one material in this entire argument that rewrites itself with use. He picked the single metaphor that's biologically false for a human being. Which brings me to the part most people get backwards. You actually have two possibilities in front of you. The first, you can become what you decide you want to be. If you've got the burning desire, the consistency, the right coach, the right method, and enough time. Notice what's not on that list. Your starting structure. Structure sets where you begin. It does not set where you end, because almost nobody on earth ever gets close to their own ceiling. The ceiling isn't your problem, the floor is. And the second possibility is the one nobody tells you about. You can become a version of yourself you never even knew was available. Look at how this works in the real world. YouTube was built as a dating site. Instagram started as a check-in app. Facebook was a directory for Harvard students and nobody else. Nintendo sold handmade playing cards before it ever touched a video game. Not one of them became what it was designed to be. They became what they repeatedly did. The function followed the behavior, not the blueprint. You are the same kind of system. What you do every day becomes a habit, the habit becomes your character becomes your lifestyle, and your lifestyle becomes your destination. William James said it over a century ago. We are what we repeatedly do. That's not a motivational quote. That's just how the machinery runs. The catch is, it runs whether you're aiming it or not. Repeat avoidance and you get fluent at avoiding. Repeat the rep and you get fluent at showing up. Now here's the honest part, and it's the part I need you to actually sit with. Maybe you won't become exactly what you wanted to be. That's the truth no one says out loud. The specific picture in your head, the exact outcome, the exact title, the exact life, maybe that's not the one you get. But you will become what you're supposed to be, and those are not the same thing, and the difference is everything. Because here's how you know it's happening. When your actions start lining up with consistency and the right method. When you stop forcing positivity and start actually thinking in growth. Looking at a setback and asking what it's teaching instead of what it's proving about you. When you reflect on your mistakes instead of burying them. When there's a desire that drives you through the ordinary day. The thought that wakes you up in the morning. The energy that keeps you pushing even when it's past 3 a.m. and no one is watching and no one would blame you for stopping. That's the sign. That's the whole signal that you're becoming something you have never been before. Your potential stops being a fantasy and starts getting realistic, measurable, visible, real. And slowly, without a single dramatic moment, you rise above the version of you that everyone around you got used to. You end up where you were supposed to get to all along. Not the wish, the realization of what you actually had in you. So here's the honest answer to the whole paradox. Stop trying to diagnose whether you're glass or diamond. That question is a trap. It keeps you analyzing instead of moving. Instead, do 3 things. Get out of your own box, the room where your patterns go unchallenged. Find the right people, a community that expects more from you than you currently expect from yourself, because your environment trains you faster than your willpower ever will, and reflect every single day. Look at your routines and make sure what you're actually doing lines up with what you say you want. You are never glass. You're a system that becomes whatever it practices. So practice the version you're trying to become, and trust that you'll arrive exactly where you were supposed to. I'm Voidsophy. Build in silence.